Okay, so as you may have heard, Spring Speedway ends. Its final event will be on the 16th of March 2019. This is, without any argument, horrendously sad. So firstly, I would like to suggest to all those decision makers, please go out back and give yourselves an uppercut with a brick. Now, there is no easy fix to what is happening, but I feel it's important to go through some basic facts, some of my thoughts, and let you know what I would have pushed for, basically how I would have done things differently. As a starter, I understand the anger, I really do. My wife still talks about her younger days going every week to Western Springs to watch Sleepy Trip and all the other legends, and I used to frequent the original Bay Park, so again, I get the anger. But I immediately look at what is happening and say to myself, okay, we have no choice, so let's just treat it like the family home. And what I mean by this is when the family home goes up for sale and you're heading off to something better or not, you don't scrap the memories. You hold them tight in many different forms. The same goes for Spring Speedway. In reality, if you were to lift the entire venue up and drop it elsewhere, you wouldn't care, as long as the racing was good. If you were to pick up Bathurst or Spa or Daytona and plonk it somewhere else, it wouldn't matter. The actual location is not the entire reason for going. It's actually only a tiny, tiny percentage of the reason. It's the racing that brings us back. Now let's do the blame game. Firstly, do not blame the neighbours and close residents. Remove it. This is not an Eden Park situation. The promoters of Spring Speedway have openly said that they do not get noise complaints. So where do we lay the blame? Well, it's all about the land itself. This prime location in the middle of Auckland City. So you need to direct the blame for this towards the bureaucrats and current city representative Phil Goff. Now let's get to the next point, my own feelings. I do think Spring Speedway should move, but I'm incredibly angry that it has been given the red flag before somewhere else was created as a replacement spot. That is atrocious. But why do I think it should move on? Think of this. If you had a venue with an identical sized track or maybe even slightly wider one, a track sprinkler system, permanent garaging and covered pit areas, properly designed parking and transitioning areas for teams and their equipment, modern facilities for us, the attending fans. What's to hate about that idea? Then to make it even sweeter, if the venue is at a location like Collindale Park as an example, you could easily double, if not triple, the quantity of meetings. Rainout days wouldn't be a problem, and it would give teams real practice days that they don't get now. Another bonus of having a race venue in an industrial area is that teams could set up workshops close to the track. All of that is an improvement, right? It's good for everyone and would give a better future for the sport itself. Now, I know what you're thinking. Western Springs works now, why don't we just add more race meetings, rain days, and practice days to what we have? The answer to that, and you know it, it's impractical. It's in the middle of the city. That is when complaints would happen, and probably rightfully so. However, in saying all this, as much as I think having Spring Speedway at a better location to give us all much better benefits is a good thing, the fact that council have done what they have done, the dodgy way things have happened, the lies, and doing it without giving the sport a replacement spot is utterly disgraceful. They wouldn't do it to the users of Eden Park or Mount Smart, but they've done it to motorsport. That is unforgivable, and heads should roll for it. Remember, this is all about the land, and they have punched us all in the face. There was no desperate need to move right now. But hey, it's not rugby or cricket or sailing, so why should they care? And no one likes motorsport anyway, right? We're just bogans, not classy like the cricket and rugby types. The other real kicker is that knowing his worth and his financial success from his own hard work, they now expect Bill Buckley to pay for everything himself. And that is also despicable. In fact, he should almost flip them the finger, move his business away, and let them deal with that loss. So, to summarise, we have all been shafted by Auckland Council and its leaders, and they need to be held responsible for what they've done. As you know, I would have fought hard for your Speedway to stay until a new venue was created for the fans and the teams, because we bloody deserve it. Now I'll try to get in to fight for a rightfully proper replacement. Meanwhile, I'm off to prep a car for the final night as I've entered the Demo Derby. I'm going to send it, and I will be going out with a bang.